All right, so let's start in our seated position. Welcome to Friday Flow. My name is Ellen. I hope you all are having a wonderful week so far. And if you aren't, I hope it gets better after this class. All right, let's find a nice, comfortable seated position. All right, so we're going to stretch and flow today for about 50 minutes to about 9:20. Start by finding a comfortable seated position. You'll notice that I sat on my block. You can roll up a towel, grab a pillow, get comfy, right? If you're in your own home, get comfy. It's Friday morning. And don't need to worry about how you look or about anyone else. This is your practice, your time, your workout this morning. So with that, go ahead and close your eyes and place your one hand on your chest and another on your belly. And just take that moment to sort of clear your mind, clear your head, so that you can really just focus on you for the next 45, 50 minutes. Hardest part is done, right? You woke up, you made it here, you made it to the mat, you made that commitment to spend some time on you this morning. And while we're seated here, just do a scan of your body, check in, how are you feeling this morning? Without any judgment. You can feel good, you can feel bad, you can feel sore. There's no right answer for that. Just simply checking in. Where do you maybe need a little extra love today? Maybe in your shoulders, maybe in your hips, maybe your back. So any areas that maybe there's a little extra soreness or tension, just be a little extra mindful of those areas. Maybe give them a little bit extra love this morning. Next, inhale, just feel your chest, your belly rise all the way up to the ceiling. And as you exhale, start to really ground yourself into the floor or mat beneath you. Keep your chest up, allow those shoulders to draw down and back. Allow your knees to fall out to the side if you're in a cross-legged position. And take one more deep breath here. With your eyes still closed, place those fingers right along your rib cage. Next deep breath, think about pushing out towards the sides of the body. So expanding that rib cage. Getting the deepest breath in, hands or fingers pull away from one another, and then as you exhale, they pull back together. Think of stitching that rib cage together. A couple more times. Inhale, those fingers move away from one another as you expand out towards the sides of the room, and then exhale, bring it back to the center. And one more big deep breath like that. And exhale. And then go ahead and open your eyes, place those hands down, and roll the shoulders. All right, let's go ahead and just turn our head to one side. It's nice and easy, little head tilt right and left. Drawing that ear down to your shoulder. So I don't know about you all, but it is pouring where I am. And sometimes when it's really rainy outside, our joints feel that, the different air pressure. And sometimes they get a little achy. So just giving you, this is another reminder to be gentle with yourself this morning, especially if you do have some arthritis or have some achy joints. That is normal, that they might be feeling a little extra achy this morning. And we'll just do one more head tilt, nice and easy. One more on each side, right and left. Starting to wake up that body a little bit, and then we're gonna tuck that chin. Sort of straightening with the back of the neck, and then you're gonna come right back up. And I don't actually want you to look all the way up, maybe just a little bit, and then slowly come back down. Be mindful here with your neck, just up and down. We'll just do it one more time, nice and easy. Then we'll take it into some neck rolls. We're not gonna make an entire circle, just think more of a half circle, like a smiley face with your chin, okay? So you're gonna tilt over to that right side, ear to your shoulder, and then slowly tuck, make that half circle, smiley face. You're over to the other side, and then you're just gonna repeat that. Nice little neck stretch. Half a circle, smiley face, whatever you wanna call that. Nice and easy. We'll just do one more to each direction, and we'll just continue to work our way down the body. All right, shoulder shrugs all the way up. Inhale and exhale. Loud, audible exhale. I know you all are on mute, but loud, audible exhale, right? All the way up and let it go. Let's do it 2 more times. Really shrugging the shoulders. Big deep breath in, big deep breath out. One more time, especially if you're feeling that stress. And let it out. And turn this into shoulder rolls. We'll do one at a time. Left and right, adding a little bit of a twist here with it. Feel free to make this your own. Shoulder rolls to the back. Now let's bring them to the front. If your shoulders are super stiff, this actually might be challenging for you. So I'm just asking you to move the shoulder. Just the shoulder. Arm is going to move just by default, but just the shoulder. One more in each direction. All right, continuing to move down the body. Let's take those arms up. I want your thumbs up here for me. Okay, thumbs up. And we're going to rotate and pull them outward. You're going to extend those arms. You're going to squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maybe a mini back bend. And then I want you to close and back up. And we're going to do this a couple more times. Inhale, open. Squeeze your shoulder blades. And then exhale, come back in. This is a little more of a strengthening movement for those back muscles. But it also helps to stretch out the front side of the body. It's a great thing to do at your desk. One more time. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Thumbs up. And then come back to the center. All right, arms down. Okay, now we're gonna look over our right shoulder. Just nice, gentle, moving down the body, just a gentle twist. And then inhale, come back to center. Exhale, over to the other side. So just like we did with those head tilts, making this a little more of a dynamic movement as we warm up, going from side to side. Towards the end of class, we really hold those stretches. Static stretching. Once we've gone through our flow, and once we are all warm. So just nice and easy, side to side. Imagine you're sitting up a little bit taller with every exhale, looking over that shoulder. And we'll do one more on each side. All right, so let's continue to work into that side body. And feel free to adjust your seated position anytime you want to. Maybe you cross another ankle over. Okay, let's go ahead and take that right hand. Inhale, we're gonna reach up, and exhale. And again, more of a flowing motion, so just a couple to each side. Once you think about grounding your hips into the floor as you do this, and not allowing that chest to collapse. So really just working through that side body. So lengthening that side body reach. Let's do one more time. We'll hang out here for just a few breaths. Great place to actually use that block that I mentioned, right? Maybe your shoulders are really tight. Doesn't feel good to come all the way down. So great place to use that. Again, we're not rounding forward, not just yet. We're leaning back. Just stay right here and really press that right hip into the floor. Now I want you actually to take your gaze up at your elbow. So we're starting to open up through that chest a little bit. One more breath. And then slowly come back up to the center and then just kind of shake it out. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. So left hand, inhale and exhale. Couple times each direction. Keeping that chest up, keeping your neck long. You can always adjust this for your shoulder as well by bending that elbow. Might feel a little bit better on your shoulders. And 2 more. It's kind of peaceful to hear the rain. As long as it's not a thunderstorm. I don't like that. Just rain for now. All right, let's hold this right here. So now this time you're pressing into that opposite hip. Find a little more length right here in between your rib cage and your hip. Not allowing that chest to collapse or roll back. Now go ahead and just turn that gaze up towards your elbow. Keep your shoulders out of your ears. 1 more breath. Ooh, and slowly come back to the center. All right, it is time to now come out of this position and work into our hips and get a little bit lower. So we're gonna come out of this position. You can shake those legs out. Do what you gotta do. Let's come to this tabletop position. Just like we normally do, tabletop. All right, you're gonna drop that belly as you inhale to the mat, and you're gonna lift your chest and lift your tailbone. Nice inhale and exhale. Do this a couple times. It's our cat-cow. One more time, then you're gonna find a neutral spine. Once you are done. So in your neutral spine, we're gonna create circles with our body and also stretch out those wrists a little bit. So you're gonna come forward, just past your wrist. You're gonna turn or move to the right, shift back, and then over to the left, creating a big circle. So sort of imagine that your chest or your shoulders are drawing that circle. Nice and slow. We're gonna do a couple in this direction. Keep your neck nice and long here. Then we'll do 1 more. And then you're gonna just reverse those circles. So it's front, left, back, and right. And your back stays pretty flat here, but feel free to maybe move it a little bit. Feel free to add something in that maybe feels good. And we'll do 1 more. All right, perfect. Okay, so we're gonna get a little bit deeper into those hips. So first, let's bring our knees nice and wide and toes together and sit back in child's pose. So great pose to come to anytime throughout class. You just want to chill and take a break. Take a couple breaths here, bringing your chest towards the mat. One more breath, allowing that head to just really relax in between those arms. And then let's slowly roll those hands up. We're gonna come into a hip flexor stretch. So feel free to fold your mat for a little extra support for your knees. I always do that. Or grab a towel or blanket, right? So we'll start with that left leg forward. And we'll start by stretching out our right leg. So great place to have door blocks. Okay, so hip flexor stretch, getting into that hip, also like a low lunge, right? So I want you to untuck and flatten that back toe. You have your ankle, knee, and hip, and a nice straight line here. And you can just simply start by having those arms or those hands rested gently on your front leg. Okay, take an inhale, and then exhale. I just want you to drop those hips just a little bit. So you're gonna feel that really big stretch in that right hip flexor. Shoulders down, chest is up, nice and proud here. Take a few breaths. And then remember when we were breathing earlier, I asked you to sort of press out in a way and expand your rib cage. And then as you exhaled, you stitch that rib cage together, right? So I want you to think of that and keeping your core nice and strong here, because now we're gonna add some arms to it. And we don't want all that weight in our low back. So go ahead and tuck those hips under just a tiny bit. Inhale, our arms come up. And then exhale, we're just gonna pull those elbows down. So sort of like a cactus. Okay, so just hold it right here. It's really big stretch through the front side of the body because not only the hips, but now the chest and shoulders. And then inhale, we're gonna lean forward. You're gonna bring those elbows in, and then exhale, you're going to pull them apart and lift up through your chest. So let's just try that 2 more times. And then we will switch this movement. So now also warming up your legs because now there's a little bit of balance here, right? Warming up those leg muscles. Hold this right here. Last one. You're gonna hold it for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Inhale, arms come up, and then exhale, take them down. All right, so now you're gonna go ahead and just sit back, and I want you to bring your toes towards your nose and straighten out this front leg. So great place to use those blocks here. So now we're just gonna get even lower into those legs, hamstrings, and calves. And we're gonna rock forward and back a couple times. So inhale, come forward into that hip flexor, and then exhale back. So notice I'm doing it with the blocks. Maybe your hands reach the mat, and that's great. Mine do not. I'm also keeping my back pretty flat here, right? So you don't have to bring your chest all the way down. I would rather you really push your hips back, especially for that hamstring stretch. And you will feel it more in the back of the leg. So last one, and we'll hang out right here for a couple breaths. So again, my back is flat. I'm sitting my hips back, bringing my toes towards my nose, right? Still keep your chest up. We really only round forward in a child's pose, right? Or a forward fold. One more breath. All right, and then you're just gonna slowly take that leg out from underneath, and then we'll just hit up a quick child's pose between each one. This time it's gonna be with your knees together, so you're gonna feel a little more in that lower back. So just a quick child's pose to make a little difference there. And then we're just gonna do the other side. So one more breath, getting into that low back, especially since we were doing a little mini back bend, and then let's switch sides. Other leg. So for me, it's next, so right leg forward, and now we're getting into that left hip flexor. So first, just taking a couple moments to get into that stretch. Maybe grabbing an extra blanket or towel for your knee. We're nice and slow, not forcing yourself into any pose. Hips forward, chest up. All right, so now I want you to stitch that rib cage again, okay? Because we're gonna take those arms up. And I want you to use your core. Think of also tucking your hips under just a little bit, okay? Arms up. Inhale, exhale, you're gonna pull those elbows down. Find that cactus. So imagine you're in a doorway, right? A doorway stretch. And you're sort of pressing through. Core nice and strong. Next breath, you're gonna lean forward. You're gonna pull those elbows in. And then exhale, you're gonna pull them away from one another and lift your chest. And 3 more times. So again, be really mindful of your back here. Maybe you just come up nice and straight instead of adding a back bend, right? Maybe you add a huge back bend. So again, up to you, nice and slow. One more time. I'm gonna find somewhere in the middle. Hold this here. And I know those elbows wanna drop. Try to keep them up, okay? Hold it for 4, 3. You're pushing through that doorway, 2, and 1. Reach up one more time, inhale, and then exhale. Gently take those arms down. And then here we go, we sit back. Try to straighten that front leg this time, toes towards your nose. You can use boxes here, right, to help. But again, you're dropping those hips and you're actually keeping your chest up, not bringing that nose to our knee. And now let's move through this a couple times. So inhale, chest can lower a little bit there, exhale back. So for me, this is my range of motion. I really can't do much more. So you find that area that's pretty comfortable for you, okay? Stretching should feel good. We'll get into a bit of some work in just a moment here, but this part should feel pretty good, right? We'll just do this one more time. Forward and back. And let's hold it right here for just a couple of extra breaths, really bringing the toes towards your nose, straightening out this leg here for 3, 2, and 1. Excellent. And just slide right out of it. Beautiful. Let's come down onto our chest and belly. We're going to get ready to turn up the heat. So you're going to come all the way down. Hands are right under your shoulders. Elbows are in. Your feet are a little wider than those hips. Okay? So baby cobra, inhale, lift up. So now our back is already a little bit warm. And then exhale, let's lower. Again, you choose that height here. Inhale, lift, and how high you can go. Exhale. Just want you to pull those elbows into your rib cage. One more time. Pull those elbows in. Exhale. Last time we come all the way up to a full downward facing dog. Take your time. Lift up. Here we go. So start to pedal out those heels. We're going to get ready to go through a yoga sequence. Get our heart rates up. Work on some strength and flexibility. Nod your head yes, you are ready. Shake your head no. Press your chest towards your thighs. Huddle up those heels. Let's take one more breath right here. You're going to try and breathe in and out through the nose now. In and out through the nose. Next breath, you bend those knees. Exhale, you're going to walk, hop or jump, come to the top of the mat, bring us forward fold. Inhale takes us up to standing. Palms come together. Maybe you take a little back bend. And then exhale, let's lower down. All right, let's get into this, okay? So as always, you can follow me and my speed, or you can choose to go a little bit slower, maybe a little faster, okay? Inhale, take it up, and exhale, float it down. Let it all go right there. Inhale, nice halfway lift, flat back. Pull those shoulder blades together and press your heels into the floor. And then inhale, go ahead and take it down. Let's go ahead and step back to down dog. Inhale, you're going to come forward to your plank. And exhale, you're going to lower your knees and chest for Chaturanga. Gluing your elbows into your side. Inhale, lift. There's that baby cobra. And then exhale, tuck the toes. Down dog. Hold this right here. Okay, so we're going to come into some of our poses a little bit differently. I want you to pull your feet together, right? And on your next inhale, I want you to lift your left leg up to the ceiling. As high as you can, we're going to hold it here. Keep those hip bones facing the ceiling, and then exhale, you're going to bend your knee and place that foot at the top and right in between your hands. Back heel is going to press down, roll back to a warrior one position. You're going to lift the chest. Once you've found your balance, arms come up, inhale, and exhale, hold. So hold this warrior one right there. Just want to show you, hold that. You were here, you brought that knee in. I have to help myself too. And then you roll that heel back down, okay? So we'll do that again on the other side. So hold this warrior one, tuck those hips under, nice and strong. One more breath. Inhale, straighten that front leg, and then exhale, we're going to allow those arms to lower down. We're going to get ready for triangle pose, keeping those legs nice and straight. Inhale, reach towards your front foot. First, take your hand to your knee, back hand to your hip. Rotate that shoulder down, inhale, and then exhale, open up. So if you all have been taking my class for a while, you know I always sort of break this down and start right here. And then once you're ready, on your next exhale, maybe you go a little bit lower towards your foot, and then you can fully extend that arm. The wrist is right on top of the shoulder, right? So imagine you're sort of going down like this, and you're opening up. Hold that for a couple of breaths. Feel free to keep your hand on your hip. It's too much on your shoulders, right? This side's a little tight, so I'm going to stay right here. You're looking over that shoulder, up towards your hand or your shoulder. And then inhale, press into that back foot. Use your core muscles to pull yourself up. And then exhale, let's cartwheel those hands down. Here we go ahead and step right back. Downward facing dog. Inhale, come forward to your plank. Nice strong core. Tuck the hips, squeeze the glutes, and then exhale, knees and chest. Elbows in towards your sides. Inhale, lift. Exhale, tuck the toes, down dog, and hold it right there. 2 deep breaths. We'll do the same thing on the other side. 1 more deep breath. Inhale, bend the knees. Exhale, walk, hop, or jump. Hopefully you're a little bit warmer. You could jump to the top there. Inhale takes us to standing. Palms come together. Exhale, lower. Other side. Inhale, take it up. And exhale, float it down. I know I'm moving a little bit faster, but we got a nice long stretch. Inhale, halfway lift. Nice flat back. Pull those shoulder blades together. Exhale, take it down. Let's step on back. We're in this down dog. We're going to bring those feet together. And now this time you're going to lift your right leg off the floor. Okay? So squeeze the leg, point the toe. Lift it as high as you can. Squeezing from the glute. 1 more breath. And then exhale, bend that knee. Place it in between your hands. You can use your hands to help. And then rotate that heel onto the floor. Lift the chest. Warrior 1, inhale, arms up. And exhale, hold. So with Warrior 1, those hips are facing front and core is nice and strong. Perfect. 1 more breath. Let me do triangle pose. Inhale, straighten that leg. Exhale, allow those arms to fall down. Inhale, reach towards your foot, front foot. Hips go back in the opposite direction. Hand to knee. Back hand on your hip, just getting set up. Inhale, rotate that shoulder to the floor, and now open up as you exhale. And then with every breath, you can get a little bit lower, get a little bit deeper into your triangle pose. When and if you're ready, extend that back arm and stack your shoulder right on top, wrist right on top of your shoulder. Hold that right there. Again, you can use that wall. Talk about this all the time. You can use that wall if you have it. Couple more breaths. Thinking about your core, right? Drawing that navel in towards your spine. You're squished in between 2 walls. Inhale, press into the back foot. Use your core. Exhale, pull yourself up. And let's cartwheel down. We just start with those 2. Step it on back. Down dog. Inhale forward to your plank. Maybe you're ready for that full Chaturanga. Maybe you come all the way down and then inhale, lift. Baby cobra. And then exhale. Hold that for 2 breaths. So notice I lowered straight legs to the floor. I didn't go into up dog yet. We'll try that next time. And that is a lot more challenging, especially for your back. Next breath, bend your knees. Exhale, walk, hop, or jump. Come to the front of the mat. Inhale takes us to standing. Palms come together. And then exhale, we lower. Okay, perfect. Let's keep going. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, float it down. Let it all go right here. Inhale, nice flat back. Halfway lift. And then exhale, lower. Let's step it on back. So same thing, we're just gonna add on. Inhale, your right leg lifts off the floor, or your left foot, sorry, starting with that left. Lift it up, inhale as high as you can. Exhale, bend that knee. Place it in between your hands. And each time you'll find this becomes a little bit easier. Roll that heel down, Warrior 1, inhale, lift. Exhale, hold. So we're just gonna add on some layers here. Lower those arms, inhale. Roll them back. Exhale. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Maybe also your fingers. Inhale, lift, and exhale, humble warrior. So you don't have to clasp those fingers together. If your flexibility allows, then go for it. Maybe even keeping your palms together. But here we are dropping our chest to our thigh, and you're completely relaxing that head. Let it feel really heavy. Hold it for a few breaths. And then this one's challenging. Beautiful. Yep, good job, you got it. Just keep squeezing those shoulder blades together. 1 more breath. Inhale, pull it back up. Woo, exhale, release. Arms come up, inhale, and then exhale. Straighten your front leg, get ready for triangle. Let's flow right into it this time. Inhale, reach. Exhale, go ahead and flow right into that triangle. So however that looks for you on this side. Flow right into it. And hold this for a couple breaths. Let me check it out. Remember that you're falling back into a wall. You really want to open through your torso and shoulder. Perfect, not so much the hips. Beautiful. Yep, beautiful, Joanne. Good, Regina. Keep your gaze right at that hand. You got this. One more breath. And then inhale, push into that back foot. Exhale, release. Let's lift up to the balls of our feet. Arms come up, inhale. Open up your back hip and find warrior two. So that opening comes from your hip, then the knee comes out on the mid-ankle. Warrior two. Nice and low, shoulders up, and exhale down. Perfect. Looking over that front middle finger. Core nice and tight, right? Nice and strong. Inhale, reach forward. Exhale, flip that palm. Find your peaceful warrior. Hold this here. Looking up at that hand, challenge your balance. And then inhale, go ahead and come back down. And then exhale, we're gonna lift back off that heel again. We're gonna rotate to the front. Back arm comes to the front. Just swing center on an inhale. And then exhale, we're in a high crescent lunge. Hold this right here. We're gonna get ready for a balance. Bring your palms together, hands to heart center. Inhale, lean forward. Exhale, you know, you're gonna push up that back foot and you're gonna bounce on your front leg. Lift that back foot off the floor. And I want you to flex that foot. I don't care how high it goes. We're just gonna practice a couple balance movements here. Hands stay at your chest. Lift that leg. If you fall out of it, shake it out and come back into it. Hold it for a few more breaths. Maybe you're close to a wall, you could use that. Remember, back leg is super straight and you're flexing that foot. Beautiful. One more breath. And then inhale, go ahead and step right back to that lunge. Woo. And then exhale, come down. Here we go, step it on back, down dog. Let's go through this flow again. So if you want that extra challenge, you can follow me. I'm gonna go from Chaturanga to upward facing dog. Core nice and strong though. Inhale forward, exhale lower to tricep push up, and then inhale lift up. Bring your feet flat on the floor, up dog, chest is lifted, and then exhale, tuck the toes into your down dog and hold that for 2 breaths. Or find a child's pose. Right about now, you should be feeling really warm. Okay, we're gonna do that same thing on the other side. You've got this. Inhale, bend those knees. Exhale, walk, hop, or jump. Forward fold. Inhale takes us to standing. Palms come together. Exhale, lower. Here we go. After this, we'll take a quick break and just check in. Inhale, exhale, let it go. Float it down, halfway lift. This is how we are in our warrior 3 pose. Nice flat back. Exhale, lower, step it back. Down dog. All right, we're gonna lift the other leg off the floor. This time it's your right foot. So right foot, inhale, lift. Squeeze, point that toe. Exhale, bend the knee. Place it in between your hands. Back heel, lowers to the floor. Lift up for warrior 1. Arms up and hold. Feeling nice and warm, start to sweat a little bit. Okay, humble warrior. So lower the arms, inhale. Big shoulder roll, exhale. Squeeze your shoulder blades, interlace your fingers, lift up, and then exhale, it's lower. If you're not sure, take a look at my screen. I'm squeezing those shoulder blades together. I'm lifting my arms up and back. Hold it. Keep that back leg nice and straight. Put as much weight in your back leg as your front, even though you do have a little more weight towards the front of your body. Press into that back foot, hold it. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Beautiful, maybe lift them up a little bit. Excellent, oh, you all look great. One more breath. Inhale, press into that back foot. Keep the core nice and strong. and then lift up and then release. Release the arms, take them up, straighten that front leg, inhale and then exhale. Lower them down, open up, and now triangle pose. Let's flow right into it. Reach towards that front foot, inhale, and then exhale. Sort of like a pendulum, right? You just flow right into your triangle pose. Keep your gaze up at that hand, and it should be stacked right on top of your shoulder. Hold this for a few breaths. Feel free to find that wall. Just come a few inches away from it and then fall back into it. So you know really how much you should be opened in this pose. You've got it, beautiful. Nice Kishwar, beautiful extended arm. Maybe that hand stays on your hip, right? One more breath. Inhale, slowly pull yourself up, and then exhale, release. Let's get ready to open our hips for warrior two. So lift all the way up to the balls of those feet. Exhale, roll that hip open. Get a little bit wider in that stance, and find warrior two. Front knee is right on top of those toes. Back leg is nice and straight. Inhale, shoulders up. Exhale, pull them down. Get as low as you can here. Core nice and strong. Imagine you're being pulled in both directions. Flip that front hand. Inhale. Exhale, find your peaceful warrior. Take your gaze up at your hand. Big side stretch. One more breath. And then inhale, come back to warrior two. Exhale, take that heel off the floor. Rotate the hips to the front. Back arm sweeps down to meet the front. Inhale, the palms come together. Exhale, take them at your heart center. We're now in a nice high lunge. Inhale, lean forward, straighten up that back leg. Exhale, you can push off your foot. Maybe watch my screen for a moment and come into this balance pose. Now I can get higher on this side. This side's a little bit easier for me. And you'll probably find that. That's totally normal. I want you to imagine that you're pushing your foot into a wall. So a couple of breaths, falling out of it, shake it out, just get back into it. Front knee slightly bent. Let's take a look. You got this. Squeeze that glute. Keep it nice and straight. Hold it. Maybe get that leg a little bit higher. You got this. Woo. One more breath. I'm feeling this. And then inhale, big step back into that lunge. Arms up, and then exhale, lower. All right, down dog or child's pose. Go through your version of the sequence. Inhale and exhale. Lift up. And come back to that down dog or child's pose. So we're just gonna practice that warrior three one more time on each side. All right, practice makes perfect. Inhale, you're gonna bend those knees. Exhale, walk, hop, or jump, forward fold. Inhale takes us to standing. Palms come together, we look up, and exhale, down. So quick check-in, how's everyone doing? We're good? Okay, we're gonna practice this warrior three, okay, one more time. If you've done this before, you're gonna try to open up and practice your half moon, okay? We're just here to practice, and then we're gonna finish up. All right, let's keep that heart rate up. Inhale up, exhale, float it down. Halfway, flat back, pull those shoulder blades together, and then exhale. So this time, let's do right foot, big step back. We're gonna go right into that high lunge right away. Inhale and exhale. Palms come together, down to heart center. Here we go, right into it. And again, you can watch my screen and then go into it, or just go with me. So inhale, you're gonna lower that chest. And I want you to push off and think of lifting away from the mat rather than sinking into it. So hold this here. I'm gonna give you that opportunity to practice it for a few breaths. Also feel free to use that wall. So if you want a little bit more, I want you to point your toe, open up your hips, stack them, take that front hand down and top arm up. So I'm doing standing half moon. This side is a little hard for me, so I'm doing it against the wall. Hold it there. It's a much more challenging option. But a lot of you have been here with me for a while, so go ahead and try it. It's almost like you're in a side plank. Ooh, definitely harder. So stay wherever you're at, right? Keep that leg straight. Let me take a look. 2 more breaths. Can you hold it for 2 more breaths? Yes, Chuck, you got it. Point that toe, lift away from the mat. Yes, Laura Beth, you got it. And then step back to your crescent lunge. Woo, inhale, I know this part's hard. Exhale, down dog. So you can stay right here or go through that flow again. Up to you. You all know it, so don't need to call that out. Just go at your own pace, right? 2 breaths. Down dog or child's pose. 1 more. Next breath, bend your knees. Next exhale takes us to that forward fold. Inhale takes us up, nice and tall. Palms come together and we lower. Here we go, other side, take it up. And let it down. Inhale, halfway lift. Shoulder blades together. And exhale, lower. Big step back with that left leg this time. Biggest step back. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, palms together. Lower them down. Again, you can watch how I get into this or go right into it with me. Inhale, and then exhale. Remember that foot is flexed. So that one was a lot better. So I'm much warmer now. And I can really straighten that back leg. Now, if you want to try the half moon, all you do here, I want you to point your toe first. It helps find a little more length. You're going to stack your hips, open up like you're in side plank. Bottom arm tries to reach for the floor. Top arm reaches up. Hold that right there. Remember, it's all about the core for all these movements. If you fall out, get back into it. I'm going to give you just a couple more breaths. Okay? 3 more. Let's see it. Beautiful. Yes, Teresa, you got it. Yes, you got it, Kishwar. Looking good. 1 more breath. You all look great. And then inhale, keep it together, step back. Lunge, keep it together. Oh my gosh, exhale. Step on back. Great job. You can go through your flow 1 final time or just meet us in child's pose. Everyone find child's pose. And hopefully you find that you're a little bit deeper into that pose and into that stretch, because now hopefully your muscles are warmer, right? We're a little more stretched out. Big deep breaths. In through the nose, and you can go out through the mouth if you'd like. Bringing that chest towards the mat. And then inhale, just walk those hands over to the left diagonal, staying in that child's pose. Walk over as far as you can. Feel that side body stretch. 1 breath there. Inhale, take it back to the center and exhale to the other diagonal. Other side as far as you can. Hold it there. And then back to the center. And then slowly walk those hands up. Woo! So now is the time where we come down onto our back and we just stretch it out. And this part feels so good. So also if you have lights on in your home and you can turn them off, I would definitely recommend doing that. Just to sort of get that ambiance, right? So very slowly make your way down to your back. We have about 5 minutes left. You have to go, I understand. All right, let's go ahead and hug those knees into our chest. And you're just going to gently rock side to side. I want you to wiggle your toes and circle your ankles here. Give your spine a little massage here by rocking side to side. Maybe even creating circles like we did earlier. And then just reverse those circles. All right, let's keep those knees bent. We're going to open our arms out to the side, making the letter T. Palms are up. We're going to first drop those knees over to the left. Keep them bent towards your elbow and then look over that right shoulder, opposite shoulder, and hold here for a spinal twist. Feel free to use a towel or that block for your legs to rest on if they don't quite reach the floor in your twist. Deep, deep breaths here. And then inhale very, very slowly. Maybe you help the legs come back to the center. Very slowly. Again, be mindful of your back. Exhale, you're going to drop them to the right side. Look over that left arm, opposite arm, extend it out. And same thing here, a couple of deep breaths. Finding a little more space in your body here. Very slowly come back to the center and lower your feet onto the floor. We're gonna do a little windshield wiper here. You can keep your arms up by your side. You're just gonna drop those legs, knees from side to side, like your car's windshield wipers. Just getting into those hips and that low back. All right, let's come into happy baby, and then we have one last stretch to do. So you're gonna bring those knees back up. They're gonna come out to the side a little bit. Reach inside for your toes or sides of your feet and extend those legs up. So you could do like a squat position or even a straddle with your legs and straighten them out. So you should feel a big stretch in your back with this one. If you find that you're sort of arching your neck a little bit or there's any tension at all, then just come back to hugging your knees into your chest, okay? I want you to relax that upper body. And then very slowly bring those feet back down, okay? So we're gonna finish with an inversion. And if you're not sure what that is, you can just do a basic bridge with me. If you don't do yoga a lot, maybe you wanna do full wheelbarrow or legs up the wall or plow. So feel free to do that right now. If you're not sure, follow me. We're gonna lift up into a bridge. So your feet are about hip distance. They're right under your knees. Arms are down by your side. You're just gonna lift those hips up. Inhale, we're gonna lower them back down and do it one more time. We're gonna hang out in that bridge for just a couple breaths. So if you want a little more, you can interlace your fingers underneath your hips like humble warrior. So you're gonna feel a little more across your chest and rib cage. Hold this here wherever you are at for 4 more deep breaths. One more deep breath. And then very gently come out of that pose. So very slowly lowering those hips. And then you're just gonna find a final relaxation pose we call Shavasana, but it can be any type of Shavasana. It doesn't have to be that typical corpse pose. So maybe you come into a supported bridge, place a pillow, or maybe you come into a fetal position. That feels good for you. Wherever you're at, just close your eyes. Just for a couple moments here. Maybe placing one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly, like we did in the beginning, and focusing on your breathing. On your next inhale, you're going to extend your legs straight out. You can keep your eyes closed. Reach your arms overhead. And then exhale, big sigh, let it go. And let's do that 2 more times. So big inhale, squeeze every muscle in your body. And big exhale. 1 more time. Inhale, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. And exhale, relax. Gently bring those feet onto the floor, bending your knees. You're gonna roll over to one side, and then nice and easy, make your way up to a comfortable seated position. And then once we are here, we'll reach those arms up. Our last inhale together. Palms come together. As we exhale, bring them down to heart center. And close your eyes for a moment. And once again, thank yourself for making the time for you, for your body, hopefully your mind, and hopefully your spirit. And we'll open our eyes and say namaste to one another. Thank you all so much for coming. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your Friday. And make sure you drop your site name into the chat box, any questions, comments, and in 2 weeks, real quick, September 3rd, right before the Labor Day holiday, no Friday flow. It's going to be sunrise yoga with Haley. That's from 9 to 9:30. And it's on Microsoft Teams. So it's not on Zoom. Microsoft Teams and her site's Facebook page. So you're gonna get all the information from your site manager, okay? That's Friday, September 3rd, 9 to 9:30. Sunrise yoga, Microsoft Teams, not Zoom. So if you hop onto this class, you'll be the only person. No one will be here, I'll be at the beach. Sorry. Great job, everybody.